Cyberpunk 2077, of course, the new game from CD Projekt Red, of course, the guys behind the Witcher franchise, is going to be at E3 2017. I think that's a safe bet, but at what conference? Who will show it? Microsoft, Sony, maybe it will not be at a conference. Here to discuss it with me is Zach Sharps. Hey man.
Hey, CD Projekt Red. Yes.
Yes. This is one of the most and highest anticipated games, I think, right now.
Got my Geralt statue right next to me.
Oh
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go.
So let's argue. I mean, okay, let's do some background here. I mean, they've been working on this game for a very long. Even when The Witcher was not out yet, they were still like, I mean, they announced this game before The Witcher was out. They did some sort of teaser trailer, but then it kind of went dark, and they said, yeah, it will be larger than The Witcher 3. We have a larger development team. It's insane how this game has been progressing, and they're getting a lot of funding from the Polish government as well to make this game, hiring a ton of people. So this is really going to be a huge thing. I mean, they made so much money on The Witcher 3 that they can of course sink a lot of money into this. And what's interesting to note, and this is pretty recent news, is that the Polish government has given them some funding, but the release date for this game has to be 2019 at the latest. So they agreed with the Polish government. The Polish government would give them money if the release date was going to be 2019 at the latest. Quick side note, they can like extend that if they really want that, but it will still be a sort of difficult situation. So they are probably, let's say that they are going to release this in 2019 at the latest. I think 2018 might be possible as well. I think at E3 2017, showing, even if it's a teaser trailer, even if it's something from this game, I think it's a safe bet. But who will show it? Zach, will you go first, or should I? Like, because we already discussed this like last year, because we thought maybe it's going to be shown at the E3. It was kind of a bold prediction that it was going to be there. Right now, I think we both agree that it will probably be there, right?
Yeah, now it's definitely a lot more likely. It went from like 2%, which is bold prediction status, to about like 30 to 50%.
Yeah.
Like I would coin flip it at this point, just because they want to make sure that people know it's still out there, even if it's not necessarily close to launch. But yeah, I'll just lay my prediction out here. I think it's gonna be a Sony partnership.
What?
I know they had Gwent. I know that they, showed Witcher 3 with Microsoft. I understand, but I just don't. I think with the Scorpio, CD Projekt Red might see a risk, and the risk is if Microsoft goes on stage after showing off their game and makes an ass of themselves with the price tag of the Scorpio being astronomically high, because they said it's going to be premiumly priced, which means it could be above $500, question mark, we don't really know. But if it is, that means that CD Projekt Red's brand could be a little bit damaged as well, because you just showed your game off with Microsoft branding at that conference. So I think that it would be much smarter from them just to show it off at Sony's conference, even if they don't really, take that lucrative of a brand deal. Like, even if it's not like as valuable, I guess, as like Microsoft. Like, if Microsoft wants to give them more money and more, coverage, I still think Sony would be a better bet, just because you already know what you're going to get with Sony. They have good brand favor at the moment, and I think that Microsoft is just too big of a risk.
I can see where you're coming from. Of course, Microsoft is in a worse position, than Sony. Sony is like really kicking ass, but on the other hand, the Xbox One is still doing pretty well, and I think that, to be fair, we have to like kind of explain what we mean here, because we don't think it will be exclusive to a platform, that if it's going to be at Sony, it will only be on PS4, or if it's going to be at Microsoft, it's only going to be on Xbox. It will still be on PC and all the platforms, but it will just be the mind share for this game, right?
The marketing,
Yeah, but what I think is like the reason is that they have such a partnership with Microsoft. Like, remember The Witcher 2? That game released first on PC, and then later it came only to Xbox 360. Of course, Xbox 360 was the most dominant platform then. But yeah, they have so long relationship. Then at the last year at the Microsoft press conference, they showed Gwent. Like, they really got stage time to announce this sort of card game. They're really in bed with Microsoft a lot. Also, if you look at all the other games that Sony already has, all the third-party deals that Sony has, well, Microsoft is kind of looking at what they can get, because Sony has the Activision like deals, Destiny 2, Call of Duty. They maybe have something for Assassin's Creed, for something for Ubisoft. Maybe Microsoft will then have Far Cry, but they need something else as well. And Sony is spending a lot of money on the other games. So I think that with the partnership they already have, with the fact that they probably had some sort of deal that said, okay, you can really push Gwent on our stage, because let's be fair, Gwent is not this huge game. It's not gonna set the world on fire. You can really push it on our stage, have a big show, yeah, during our press conference, but the next year we will have Cyberpunk. And let's be fair though, Cyberpunk is also going to be this super amazing game, and you kind of want to show that off, I think, on the most powerful hardware. I mean, of course the PC will always be that. The Scorpio is really going to be the best console on the market, and I really think that a great game to show the power will be the next RPG from CD Projekt Red. And for CD Projekt Red, it will be the best way to show this game on a console. So I really think that, yeah, it's still the same argument a little bit, like but I think that this really makes so much sense that they have such a long partnership with Microsoft. Also with The Witcher 3, it also had some sort of marketing push. Every place you went to, like, they had some sort of events. They had, for example, a pop-up store here in Amsterdam where you could only play The Witcher 3 on an Xbox One. So I really think they're still doing that. They're still in the same league, and maybe Microsoft's like PC focus will make it even more interesting for CD Projekt Red to go for them. That's really my take. I think that if we look at the history, why would they suddenly change it? Well, Sony probably has a ton of other games already that they want to push. So.
I mean, I could certainly see that, your side. I mean, when it really comes down to it, I think that the best time for them to switch is now, because not only is the Scorpio a bit risky, they don't need to show it off on Scorpio because of the fact that everyone's going to be watching this on a 720 to 1080p stream. No one's going to notice a difference. And also on top of that, it's very likely that they just had sort of that partnership just for the Witcher series, because the Witcher series took off a lot around Witcher 2. Then of course Witcher 3 set the world on fire. Witcher 1 was, very popular as well, but it certainly didn't set the world on fire. It didn't, break records for Game of the Year awards. It's one of those games that I think is a once in a lifetime experience, and I think Microsoft had them somewhat locked down within that partnership because they got in so early with that company. Also with Gwent, it makes sense for them to want to show that off a lot longer, and it also would make more sense, I think, with Cyberpunk showing up at Sony this year, because I don't think they'll show a lot. I don't think they'll want that time, and I think that Microsoft would want them to take that time if they were to do anything in regards to their IPs. So I think that if they were to show up at Sony's conference, it'd just be a teaser trailer. I think that would fit beautifully with Sony's conference, because yes, they already have a lot there, but how much demos is Sony going to show that are going to break up those trailers? We've obviously discussed that with the Sony predictions video, which you guys could check out. It might not be live, right now as you're watching this video, but when it does go live, I see it. It's possible. I would say that if you were to ask me, back with like The Witcher 3, with their partnership then, and with Gwent, would the partnership be Microsoft or Sony? I think I would probably be more likely to agree with you then than now, primarily just because of what I see with the Scorpio in terms of their marketing, what they're saying about it, and the risk factor there. CD Projekt Red's a very smart company, and they know that when they attach their name to something, it holds a lot of weight. And having that logo, whether it be just an Xbox One or Xbox One Scorpio logo on their game, their new shiny game that's gonna, you know, probably get a lot of Game of the Year awards, do they really want to associate that with something that might end up burning them? Who knows? They might know the price tag already of the Scorpio. And maybe all the you know, possible what ifs about the Scorpio have been answered for them. That might be their relationship with Microsoft. They might be, like you said, they might be really in bed with Microsoft in terms of being, you know, in a really tight relationship with them. And more power to them if that's the case, and I respect them if that's the case. I see it, if I was in their position, I would show it off at Sony's conference, and then maybe down the road, if you need actual more time demo-wise, or Sony to give you demo time, they're not going to say no, especially since it's CD Projekt Red. And so I think they have a lot of bargaining power now versus before The Witcher 3 came out. And I think that they're going to be utilizing it, whether or not it's with Microsoft or Sony, doesn't matter too much. But I'm gonna go.
They will get more room at Microsoft though. But yeah,
that's true. I'm gonna come a little closer to you in this regard. I would say it's a coin flip at this point. I was kind of pretty sure going in, it would probably be Sony, but I'm gonna meet you halfway here.
But yeah, that's what the kind of like like showing it at one party does, because some people that still own like a console but are not really in bed or like not really following the gaming news, for example, think that Destiny is a Sony exclusive because Destiny only has a PS4 logo at the end, only gets shown during PS4 press conferences and stuff like that. Well, yeah, it's also available on Xbox, but yeah, they can market it that way. So that's what we kind of mean. Will this be a kind of Xbox branded game or a Sony branded game?
I mean, regardless, you want to play it on PC. I mean, come on now. Just saying.
not me. No, but yeah, it will be interesting. I think Microsoft is so desperate right now. They are probably going there and say, yeah, I don't know what Sony is like giving you guys, but here you have more. And I don't know if Sony is even chasing this game. I mean, they also can. I mean, they have Rockstar, right? That's also like a huge one. So that probably costs a lot of money. So they are probably also like, yeah, Microsoft can have this. I mean, we are fine. We also have our own first-party games, and people can still play Cyberpunk on the PS4. I don't know. It will be super interesting to watch. I mean, we kind of agree that we will see it at E3 2017. And I think at Microsoft's show. They need a game to show off the Scorpio's power.
I mean, that's really the only reason why it would be on Microsoft's show versus Sony. I mean, yeah, but I mean, I think it'd mainly be like, hey, guys, can we please have your game on our show? We need to fill some time here.
No, I really think that they made a deal with them showing Gwent on the stage. I mean, Sony would not have let them show Gwent during the Sony press conference, because the caliber games that were shown there, Gwent is not in the same league. So Microsoft did that. Microsoft said, okay, you can do it, but yeah, we will have Cyberpunk 10 next year. And they were like, okay. Because the planning, of course, goes way further than just a few months. Anyway, what do you think? Will Cyberpunk be at E3? So yes, what will it be at Sony's? Will it be at Microsoft's press conference? Let us know. Are you Camp Zach or Camp Jordan? Let us know.
My camp's better. My camp's better, yeah, obviously.
You're in the Sony camp though. Normally I'm in the Sony camp as well, but yeah.
I know, right? They paid me off. I mean, that's just how it is.
Oh, that's why your camp is better as well. You get like free food and stuff like that.
Yeah, dude.
So,
I mean,
Sony branded water. And...
yeah, exactly. It's amazing over here. I mean, they gave us a palace and everything, and they filled it with games, and Microsoft's pretty empty. I mean,
yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're really
They bought you a mansion with no furniture, Jordan. I mean, how mean are they? Come on.
Yeah, we got an Xbox One without a TV, so yeah, go figure. That's a lot of fun. Well, we got the Surface Pro though, the new one, so we can do some Word stuff.
There you go. You can get some work done at least, right?
Yeah, and we got the Windows Phone, like with all the apps that you can download on that. So.
Does it get service at least? I mean,
yeah, I don't know. Never tried it. I could not get it on. Anyway, okay, that was the fun stuff at the end. Subscribe to the channel for more of this. I don't know what this is. It's a discussion. Yeah. Like the video if you did. Let us know what you think. And Zach, thanks a lot. And yeah, we will speak to each other next time. Goodbye.
It's always fun. Goodbye.